Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, today on the No Hope Estate, we're going to be starting by going to the Shrieklin's Den. This is an interesting quest in the fact that it just gives me 30 crusts as a reward, which is nice for leveling up the Hamlet, kind of upgrading various parts of it. And then, I believe by beating the Shriekling's nest, I get like a trapezohedron or 3, which will be nice for funding the fact that I'm going to be spending probably about half the funds we have just gearing up for this, which is absurd, but you'll see why in just a minute. Now, I'm gonna go over the party first for those of you who want to see that. Then we'll be leveling up everything because, as you can see, no one here has their level 5 gear nor their skills. That's why this is going to be so expensive. But I just want to iterate why this party is the way it is. The Shriekling's Nest, for those who don't know what it is, essentially is a size 2 enemy that has ridiculous speed. If I remember right, it's like something you cannot normally beat, like my speed 11 Lilac here, and eventually my Ronnie, who's going to get speed 13 or 14, will not be faster than it, even if they roll the highest they can roll. If I remember right, it gets either a bonus action or it gets 2 actions. The first of which will spawn Shriekling, not the Shrieker, but the Shriekling from Koala's creature collection. It can spawn up to 2. Then it force guards the Shriekling, so the Shriekling will be guarding it, so you have to either break the guard or chew through the Shriekling to be able to damage the nest. And that's why this can take a while, because you either take down the Shriekling that takes like 30-40 health, then damage the nest, which has some protection on it, and it cannot bleed, it cannot be bladed, you can't even debuff it, you can't move it. And then usually it's sitting there in row 3 and 4. So generally this is a long fight just because if you don't bring someone that breaks guard or bypasses guard, you don't have very good ways of damaging it. But we have ways around that. So the party for today is going to be Sahar, and realistically, this is not the skill set I'm going to be using, but we'll get to that later. So today I'm going to be using Touche for taking out the Shrieklings and plus damage received on the Shrieklings, Disengage as a mark and upping her dodge, Flesh to do extra damage, and then we're going to be using again to make someone else have an extra action on their next non-lethal attack or friendly skill. However, this has a chance of stunning the Duelist. However, we have the Lover's Glove, which again gain aggressive effects on next action. So if I believe this means if I'm in defensive stance, I also gain the aggressive stance stuff. And again, we'll have minus 100% stun chance, so instead it will have a 40% stun chance. However, on attack miss, plus 8 stress. Then we have the Blade Oil for plus 10% damage on melee skills, and if we're attacking the Shrieklings, plus 10% debuff chance. And yes, I will be using again so we get extra damage onto the actual nest. Next up, we're going to be bringing Ronnie, the Lunar Princess, just because she has ways of doing damage to the actual nest itself. So we're going to be using Quick Strike to get her damage up, hopefully going first, but there are circumstances which she won't be. And then, all things dependent, we'll see which move she does. We're going to be using the Crystal Slipper to do extra damage versus anything that's glinted. That's going to be the nest, and minus crits received, so she gets less crits on her. The melee attack will not be healing her because we took that off. Next, we have the Twilight Bell, so she goes very slow on the first turn, which means we're not going to be getting the Quick Strike Hot to Trot into something else that I've been doing a lot often, but there's a reason for this. Ignore Guard and Riposte, break Guard and Riposte, on attacking guard or riposting enemies, minus accuracy multiplier, so that's if she hits the Shrieklings. So she will be breaking the guard most likely. Next up we have Lilac, the White Priestess. Once again, I'm using her in the dancing form, so she's going to have Umbral Knight depending upon which spot she's in as one of her free actions. This just does damage and blight. Abyss Keeper, once again free action to position dependent. This is a mark, damage and blight. Then we have Knight Captain as one of her actual attacks. This moves her forward, does a blight, does extra damage versus mark. Dark Witch, position dependent again, just damage, blight. The debuff will not really be a thing here. And last right's just to power up her moves. Then for her trinkets, we have Frida's Ring. This is her Crimson Court trinket that gives her 10% extra protection and enables a riposte 1 time per round. The fact that the other enemies take 5 damage on the riposte does not happen because of the vanilla tuning that just did not get taken off with my back end stuff here. For the next trinket, we have the Merchant's Hat. This is +4 speed, and on attack will summon the Western Merchant to assist with attacks, doing a little extra damage to all the enemies. Finally, we have Pernicosis, the Lawbringer. So once again, he's just going to be doing extra damage, dancing with everyone, so position dependent is what his moves are going to be. But for his trinkets, we have Legae's Justice. This is plus damage, plus accuracy versus below 50% health, bypass guard if they're below 50% health, and minus max HP. So he's also going to help with the bypassing guard aspect. Then I'm going to be throwing my fun new trinket on him, Lucius. This is plus 25% damage, but minuses his death blow resistance by 17%. We'll see how this works out, but I'm hoping that I can just chew through the nest here. We'll see how it works. But I do have to actually upgrade my skills and my armor, and this is going to be very expensive, especially because I do not have a gun. But then I have to upgrade everyone's skills, and as you can see, it's 1,250 per 5th level skill here. This is gonna be expensive. On top of that, armor is 3,000. Weapons are 3,000. And yes, everything is maxed out. So we started at 177,000. We'll see what we end at. But armor and weapons really do look cool at maxed out. I'll give them that. Just upgrading the weapons and armor dropped me 24,000 for 4 characters. But this is where things are really gonna hurt, because a lot of these heroes use a lot of skills. Like Pernicosis has access to his entire skill bar, really. So, yeah. Realistically, that was almost 51,000. There's no way I'm getting that much gold from this quest, but we'll see what happens. I also cannot retreat. Lovely. We will bring extra food, shovel. We will bring the torches because I think I do have to actually find this one. Some medicinal herbs, bandages as a just in case, and anti-venom, because once again, I do think I actually have to find this one. Not this is like I just spawn in the Shrieklings's nest. I could be wrong. And there's 2 variants of this quest, and I can never remember which one is which. One, you just spawn and fight the nest. The other, you spawn in the middle of the place, and then you have to go find it. And I suppose it would help if I, read. But if I remember right, the one that you need to go find, it doesn't actually tell you. Summoned Shrieklings attacks get stronger as the HP lowers, and then Horrid Shriekling in row 2 guards it. So we're going to Abyss Keeper the row 2 Shriekling. And then Night Captain it, which didn't take it down, but it did blight it. And then our birdie friend goes off. The riposte already went off. I'm going to use again on Ronnie. We're going to impale, hitting the Horrid Shriekling here. And then Ignis Ember taking out the Shriekling that's guarding him.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Transforming. Frost Glinting. So we do extra damage on subsequent attacks. Frost Glinting again. Gets an extra birdie. So that's at the end of the round, not the beginning. And now, the full health one is guarding it. However, that being said, transform. Quick strike, get extra action. It's no longer guarded. Transform again. Frost Glint for the damage. So we do extra damage because the Crystal Slipper does additional. I think it said 7 there, but 3 plus 1 per skill level, so yeah, 7. So, Abyss Keeper marking the Shriekling nest. And then Night Captain on Shriekling nest. Can't blight it, but we can damage it and mark it.
The will to fight falters.
I was hoping that Pernicosis would go, but this is fine. Touche, upping. I guess we're not going to up damage received, but such as it is. Just do the damage. Impaling.
Well struck.
Go straight for the nest. And then Ignis Ember might take out a Shriekling.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Let's see what we can do here. So transforming. So if I quick strike, I can do damage to this Shriekling and get extra speed. Or not. Transforming back. We're gonna Frost Glint, bypassing the guard, getting the guard off. Ignoring mechanics. Because I very much dislike this fight. I'm actually gonna try to do something here with the Lilac. And nothing happened, because what I was trying to do here,
A faint hope blossoms.
I guess we'll watch this go off and then I'll explain things. I guess we're not doing anything with Sahar. Horrid Shriekling does Horrid Shriek, who'd have thought? So if I take enemies out with Lilac, she has a chance to drop an Umbral Soul, which upgrades Umbral Pact. Specifically, you have to take enemies out with her for that to actually drop. If anyone else takes the enemies out, they do not drop, which is why I was attempting to do that. Ad Mortem on the Shriekling, the nest there. We'll probably get it on this action, or this turn. So transform, see if we can't take one out. Quick strike, nope. Nope, can't Moonbeak Weeks from that row. So Frost Glint again. Pew.
Panic.
And then it has 7 health left. So Abyss Keeper on it, and then if she takes us out, we're golden.
Monster.
Fight over, yay!
Intrinsic merit.
Normally this fight absolutely stinks just because you can see how you'd have... I was not expecting 5 of these, but if you have to chew through that many things that are guarding it and you don't have ways to bypass guard or break the guard like Ronnie was there, that fight can go on for like 40 minutes. I've had it happen with like more vanilla heroes. So 30 crest for upgrading the Hamlet. On 17,000 gold, which helps with the fact that I just spent 50-some thousand, I think I said. There was 2 diseases, so yikes. Corvage Assuagement, so minus 10% stress received per 25 stress. That can actually help. We will get rid of hemophilia, we will get rid of smallpox. Fairweather Fighter is actually not bad. No and Cheat doesn't really do much for us. I don't really use that too often. Penetrating is actually good for Sahar, and Tone Deaf we will be getting rid of as well. Adder's Kiss. Well, I don't really need either of these, but they're not really good either. But 2 shield breakers, kind of nice art there. Graceful and deadly, these elegant executioners are welcomed additions to this standing army. Alright, Sanitarium, Lilac, get smallpox off please. Pernicosis. Actually, Lilac here. Okay, Pernicosis, we're gonna get hemophilia off. You have a lot of phobias there, Ronnie. And Sahar, it was Tone Deaf. I'm gonna get Phengophobia here off of Celine just to make sure she doesn't stress out too easily, because when she stresses out, things are bad. Alright. Stagecoach. Nomad wagon. Alright, so let's take a gander here. Anything I want. Not seeing much, but, you know, things happen. Okay, nothing I want, so we are going to level up some people. I kind of wish I could go to the farmstead to do that, but such as it is. Okay, so sort by class, we want Crayon, and we want the Bowman. Beyond that, I don't know who we're going to be leveling up, but if I go into the long, let me see if I can math this out right. A long gives 4 experience. So if I give plus 25, that's 5. So I would need someone that can up experience with a thing, which I don't think anyone can do. Unfortunate. Okay, well, it was an idea. I was thinking that if I went to this long here, I could level up, or rather a long, which I guess would have been the ruins, which is not a good place for the flagellant, by the way, that I could level up both the flagellant and the Bowman in one run. But we'll go somewhere else, probably like the Weald here, because if I put one of the Kraken ribbons on, I'd up resolve experience by 25%, but 25% of 4 is 5, and so Vitville here would be at 13 out of 14. Actually, if I just did the short, that would be probably quicker, and then that puts him at 10. Now we'll do the medium. That puts him at 11, and then we can do Kraken ribbons as well. So I'm going to be going into the Weald here. We're just going to do the medium, get some experience for the apprentices. Crayon's going to be leveling up. Vatville, the other person I really would like to level up, no matter how I swing it, no matter where we go, will not be leveling up, but we can get him very, very close. So Crayon here, our flagellant, is going to be bringing Punish, Reign of Sorrows, Insanguinate, and Suffer. Reminder, nothing that the flagellant does will be healing, so Insanguinate is really just there as a very heavy bleed if you get slow on HP. For his trinkets, he has a bloody color, so this pluses his bleed chance, and if he is hit, this will bleed the target 2 for 3. And then we're going to be bringing the Condemn's Hood, so this ups his bleed resistance, ups his bleed amount by 34%, but does lower his death blow resistance. So realistically, we're going to be losing a flagellant if he gets down to death's door, because we all know flagellants cannot survive any death door check. Next we have Boudica, our Hellion, bleed out. If it bleeds, Breakthrough, and Iron Swan. For her trinkets, we're going to be using the Ancestor's Letter Opener. This ups her accuracy on melee skills. All her hits are melee skills, so nothing range there. I think the one skill she... Oh no, even Yop is a melee. I was thinking the one skill she had that was a range was Yop, but I guess not. And then on melee hit, bleeds 1 for 4 rounds. So if it bleeds and bleed out, do a little bit more bleeding. Then we have Blood Charm. This does extra damage versus bleeding. This does armor piercing versus bleeding, and this gives her another bleed on attack hit. So once again, bleed out will be doing a 6 for 3 bleed, and if it bleeds, we'll do a 5 for 3 bleed. Kinda nice. We have Munanville, our backup ante. They're just there for scouting purposes and getting us a little extra gold because we just burned through a lot of it. They're going to be upping our dodge so we don't take as many hits. If I really want to up someone's dodge, I have Protect Me, and then they have Nervous Stab and Festering Vapors to finish people off. Finally, we have Vatville, our new Bowman. Hopefully they survive this, because realistically I'm probably not going to be getting another Bowman. For their skills we have... I actually didn't equip their skills. For their skills we're going to be using Piercing Arrow. This is an AoE shot. I'm going to be using it on Bleeding Arrow, so it's a 2 for 3 bleed. We're going to be using Sure Shot. This bypasses Guard. This bypasses Stealth. And then finally, just in case we run into anything big, I'm going to be using a Limb Snipe. This minuses crit. This minuses accuracy. I mainly want that for the minus accuracy so we don't take as many hits. Combined with the plus dodging from the ante, we're very likely not to get hit as long as I can get that debuff off. For his trinkets we have the Splinterwood Shaft. This pluses the bleed amount. However, with a 2 for 3 bleed, I'm not sure that's really going to be doing much, but combined with the Moon Oil Bowstring, we might be getting a 3 for 3 bleed once that finally goes off. And then the Moon Oil Bowstring on hit, other enemies will get a plus 20% bleed and blight amount received, and on kill, other enemies will get a 1 bleed and blight amount, 1 for 3 rounds. So let's see if we can get through this. Take all the food, anti-venom, bandages, medicinal herbs, shovels this time, a few keys, and torches. Let's have some fun.
Corruption has soaked the soil.
So it's all battle room, so I'm gonna go check this one off this side first.
Let's burn out this evil.
It's a lovely start. Let's get rid of that blight. Torch up. And we can walk back in peace. So, Auntie, search the body, please. Thank you for the antique. I'm gonna dig through this. Thank you for the antique and the deeds.
And baubles, paid for in blood.
Gonna go down, then to the right. Once again, did not scout that. And already a hunger check. This is off to a great start. Oh boy.
Stop is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Okay, first battle. It's a reminder that the Jittery coffins have been reworked, so you see the tooltip might collapse when damaged. You only need to do 1 damage to test them, and they do not riposte anymore. So that's nice. We're going to bleed the back rows. We are going to Invigorating Vapors, upping our dodge. I really should put Boudica in 1 because of bleed out, but if it bleeds on to... Let's go the Gnasher.
Press this advantage.
Gnasher down.
Give them no quarter.
Then change Arsenal to Bleeding Arrows. And Piercing Arrow. It looks like...
A death by
I
injury.
might need to say something to Void because these keep lagging out on me now. But something's in it, so... But we can bonk it good. Get that nice little bleed on it. It goes down, so just damage it. Breakthrough. Bye-bye.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
So rare antique, take that anti-venom, take everything. Bowman, just for my own sanity. Arsenal goes in the last slot. Anti-venom. No, we'll use one of our keys. We got 3.
Wealth beyond
Antique,
measure.
take everything.
Awarded to the
I'll leave
brave
those
and
two.
the foolhardy alike.
I love the scout. Thank you so much. Secret door up there. I'm gonna go back up for that. And then we'll continue on. Do. Secret door, secret
The light,
door.
the promise of safety.
Get rid of citrines, stacked trapezohedrons. Antiques go over here for my sanity. And we'll get rid of the crust for the other trapezohedron. And onward we go. So I am still going to go right here. So we do need to do all the battle rooms. It does look like we need to go to the upper right or upper left section as well. That's a debuff on minus bleed resistance until quest complete. Wow. Alright, last medicinal herb unless I find more. Lots of food, that's good. We can heal up to full. Alright, Nymph and a Parasite. So what we're going to do is bleed the first one out, or the second Nymph out. It bleeds out. Nervous stab on Parasite. It's almost down. Bleed out on Nymph. It
Another abomination.
didn't even need to be bled out. We kind of splattered it. And then Limb Snipe.
Continue the onslaught.
That's the
Destroy
fight.
them all.
Torch up. Take everything. The Onyx I will take. 2 fights, 1 fight, nothing there. It's kind of one of those things where it feels very silly to give up the food just because of knowing how valuable it is. And I didn't bring enough herbs to do anything about that, but let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can get rid of some
The
torches.
match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I might be kind of low light near the end, but we'll see how this goes. I can always grab this one on the way back too. I'll get the body as well. Torch here. Alright, let's see how this goes. Surprise too, alright. Reign of Sorrows, bleeding the back row. Yeah, Void, whatever you did, it's kinda... I mean, I love the change, but it is kinda lagging every time I check the coffins now. If it bleeds onto... You know, screw the maggot. I was gonna get the scratcher, but screw the maggot. Up our dodge, we'll get the scratcher next turn. So I need to do piercing arrow to take them all out. That way the nymph goes down. And realistically, so does the coffin.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life
There's a
is
blight
taken.
spread. The coffin goes down, so bleeding the scratcher. Scratcher goes down, so stabby stab.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And limb snipe.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
Definitely want the antique.
Unforgiving.
Can give up 3 food for the emeralds there. In we go. Let's see what the fight is. Firemouth, cutthroat, bloodletter. Oh, Reign of Sorrows, you bleed now. Then piercing arrow. Bleeding for 8, he has 5 health left. Bleeding for 8 has 9, so nervous stab on cutthroat, he goes down, just bloodletter left. Bleed out.
Confidence
He's gonna have 2
surges as the
health
enemy
left.
crumbles.
He's gonna have no health left. Moon oil bowstring, folks.
A faint hope
Take the
blossoms.
torch. Take the antique. Take the gold, because I have the room. Alright, what's in this? You know, I remember a time... Oh, that's right, the gold stacks higher because of the ante. I remember a time where you could actually get, like, negative quirks and stuff off of just searching those. I think you could also, in the past, get stress out of searching those without, like, using proper protection with supplies. It was a very weird time, like, before... This was before Crimson Courtyard was a thing. It was a very weird time for Darkest Dungeon. And they got rid of a lot of those interactions, it seems. Okay. Hunger check, torch. 95 disarm chance, we'll get rid of it. Just not deal with it. Oh, anti-venom.
A handsome reward.
Rare antique.
for a
Thank
task
you.
well performed.
2,500. That's the max. I haven't scouted anymore. Not that, you know, going over here would do much for scouting over here, but, you know, it would have been nice. As much as I want the deeds, gold stacks up so much with the ante. I kind of forgot about that, so we'll take the gold. Going up because backtracking from up here is less than backtracking from down. I'll get the torch on the way back. Disarm on the Bowman for that little bit of stress relief. Torch. I'll get this on the way back because that is an anti-venom. Torch.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Kind of love this background.
We require
It's
only the
the
strength.
nest that I just destroyed. There's another one. Definitely upping our dodge. 2 people that can do some damage, 2 people that can do some stress. If it, you know what, we'll bleed out on a brawler. I'm more scared of actual damage than I am the stress. And piercing arrow, take out what I can. Well, Brawler almost down, but almost no damage on the stressors, which is kind of weird. I'll just eat that damage. It's kind of weird that I don't think I actually hit him, but that much bleeding blight. Alright, eat the food, take what I can, leave the rest. Or do I say screw it? Just use the firewood. Feast for the health and stress, take the jade, leave the crust.
Rats in a maze.
Alright, survival skills for the scouting. Can't do anything but the bleed. Don't have her prevent nighttime ambush, that's fine. Battle transfer plus damage. Trinket scrounge. Do I get anything I care about? No. And sure, we'll let Shiz Kiss for the speed. Alright. Kind of hoping we run into like the gallows tree or something fun like that. I think there was like the thing from the stars or something here as well, but I actually can't really remember. Bleed out on Jittery Coffin. Didn't bleed it, but nonetheless we checked it. When he goes, we'll bleed the Ecto for more and it goes down. Probably the Rabid Gnasher as well, so check the Coffin. Coffin destroyed. Piercing arrow.
Be gone, fiend.
And just down they go. Yay, minor antique.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Just kind of waiting for that bleed to go. Alright, back we go. Munonville, use the bandage. And what's in this hallway again? Oh yeah. Use the anti-venom here. A little extra food. Another minor antique. Got my anti-venom back. Another torch here, maybe something else. Another minor antique. Not bad. 16 of these things total. So, I mean, that's like 8,000 gold? I can math, I swear. Torch through...
Nature herself,
not torch, shovel through that.
To the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent.
There we go. Now just 2 rooms left. The one I need to go at the very, very end. But that's the last torch I actively needed to, like, save. We surprised the spiders, so this will be a slaughter. The Webbers are the ones I really want down because that mark. Boudica will probably get this Webber down, so just limb snipe the one in the back. It goes down. Fight over.
Executed with impunity.
And another minor antique.
Horrors.
We can get rid of the one food. I don't really want the jades or the citrines, but we'll take the crust for now. Cause I mean I might get more. I don't know.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
I had to use my last torch. If I get another torch, I'm going back. Alright, Bleeding Scratcher. we are going to bleed out on Scratcher. Scratcher down. Just gonna up our dodge.
A brilliant confluence.
And piercing arrow damaging Stag, checking Coffin. The Coffin did not shatter, so there is something in it. Bleeding Fungal Stag. Stag is bled for 14, so it goes down. Smashing Coffin. Now, is that a leg bone that it was shattering on the Coffin? That's kind of funny. I thought the Stag went down. Stag indeed did not go down. Stag is down.
Greater the glory.
We got another shovel.
Be wary.
Medicinal herbs.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Probably get rid of the anti-venom. Do I get a torch? I do not get a torch. Can probably get rid of the shovel then, though, for the boss. Just take a little bit more home. Right? I mean, I might get something from that. Alright. We're gonna bleed the Scratcher. Let's see here. Might as well... No, because we're going to bleed everything with the Bowman. So let's just do some damage to the Stag. If it bleeds on the Scratcher, he'll bleed out now. And then some good old AoE. It shattered, just the Stag left. So punish on the Stag. It has enough bleed to go down.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Anti. How often does that actually happen? That I get a full stack of antiques. 10,000 gold of minor antiques. That really does not happen often. Leave the bandage, leave the journals. See what's in this.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
The 25 gold is not going to get me more than anything this has in value, so unfortunately no Shambler, but I mean, this group might not have been the best at the Shambler just because I really like the Bowman in 4. I mean, theoretically, he can do stuff in 3, but if he gets moved to 2 or 1, he's screwed. Boudica does the best in 1, and if she gets moved out of there, she's not the best. And I have ways to get her back in there, but once again, she is not the best otherwise, so maybe it's for the best. Let's see how much we get.
The agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our...
Tenacity ring, didn't really care about that. Got 5 deeds, that's really cool. I probably should have used a Kraken ribbon on the Bowman, but I kind of spaced on that as well. So 4,500 gold as a reward, 3,300 as a collected treasure for like a grand total of 37,700. Then 2 busts, 15 deeds totaling 4 crests. Like I thought, Kran hit level 3. Boudica got a disease, hysterical blindness, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but we'll still get rid of it. Desecrator isn't bad on Kran. Musical is kind of whatever. All these are kind of whatever quirks. Munenville and Boudica will hit level 3 on their next quest, and as long as it's a medium, so will Vatville.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by.
Plus 10 accuracy, plus 15% damage to lepers and heroes affected with leprosy on next quest. That's interesting. Yeah. So, Boudica here. Hysterical blindness, let's get rid of that. And then it's kind of whatever I really want to do. The Ironforge Wheel Lock could be really good for the Cursed. 50 armor piercing, 66 damage reflection if in human form, and on crit debuff target for minus 75 protection. So that might be a good sign to go get the Garden Guardian. So maybe that'll be the plan for next time. Actually get a trinket for the Cursed. I don't know who I'm gonna be going in with yet, but I'm pretty sure the Shield Breaker is actually going to be part of that group. Other than that, I'm not sure, but I'll throw something together. So that'll do it for this time, and we'll kind of go from there, because after I get Vatville here to Veterans, I'm pretty much done with Apprentices, I feel like, because I'll have one of every hero into Veterans, and then I can beeline everyone to Champions. I just have the 2 bosses left, I think, and then from there it's just clearing things up. So I mean, realistically, it's just the boss rushes from here, getting the areas leveled up, and then the real fun stuff begins to see like if this will work on the really high level stuff, which I've been really excited for. So we'll see what happens, but we're getting closer and closer to that end game that I've been so excited to get to. So just a little bit more pushing. I know I've been doing Veterans for a bit, but it's actually getting closer to champion level stuff than you think. So I am really excited to get there. But that'll do it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.